Good afternoon. Welcome to the CBSE in-house training. I, Rupalinja, is thankful to our in-house CEOs for giving me this platform to share my views on inclusive education. Before starting with today's session, I would like to ask everyone out there what is normal. Can anyone give me this answer? What is normal in your views?
Like since childhood, when we gain sense and what we see around us, it becomes normal for us.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to add on to this. Am I normal just because my hands and limbs are working, my senses are working? But at times when it comes to dance or when it comes to singing, I'm absolutely blank because that is not my skill. Similarly, some of us are not good at cooking, some of us are not good at swimming or some other skills. So, are we disabled in some or the other way?
Yes, we are.
Yes, ma'am. I think we are. All of us are disabled in some or the other way at time or at situations or at some tasks. I have seen a group of physically disabled children sitting on wheelchairs and dancing for hours, which normal people like us can find difficult at times. They are considered disabled in some way or the other, but might excel in some other field. With this, I'll start my presentation. What is inclusion? Inclusion is a human right. It is a universal human right which aims to embrace all people irrespective of race, gender, disability, medical or other needs. It is about giving equal access and opportunities and getting rid of discrimination, intolerance. Okay. It affects all aspects of public life. So when we talk about inclusion, it is bringing each and everyone together, no matter from where they belong, no matter if they are able to do something or not. It is a universal human right that gives everyone to stand together and enjoy everything that life can give you. So in this picture, I would like to explain you what is exclusion, segregation, integration and inclusion. Inclusion doesn't come automatically. It has been a long process from exclusion to inclusion. Inclusion refers to the act of practice of inculcating and excluding race, gender, sexuality and abilities. So let's see what is exclusion. Exclusion occurs when students are directly or indirectly prevented from or denied to access to education in any forms. Like if a child is disabled in any form, we do not take it into our schools. We just say that we do not have a setup or we do not have a platform to serve that particular child. So that is exclusion. multiple intelligence theory. So there are 8 different levels where we can show children. If we divide a chapter into 8 different sets, like if I exercise reading and then writing, everything is being divided in a single chapter and that is being delivered in the class by the teacher. Each children has a unique ability to take the things on its own. So in this way it doesn't become difficult for the teacher or for the students to grasp knowledge what is being taught in the class. Now there are 4 major types of disabilities: physical, developmental, behavioral, emotional and sensory impaired. So I would first like to start with physical disability. Physical disability is a condition which prevents a normal body function, which prevents a normal body movement. Like if your hands, your limbs are not working properly, or if you have any physical disability like your eyes is not working properly. So in this way, if there is any dysfunction in the body, so that is physical disability. Then we have developmental disability. It is generally detected early because of mental and physical impairment which causes disabilities. When the child is not able to understand what is being told to it, he or she is not able to perform to what is being asked. So that is developmental disability. Then we have behavioral or emotional disability. Behavioral and emotional disability is a disability which includes inability to build relationships. Like you may find children in your class sitting isolated at the last bench. There are a group of children which when you enter the class, you keep on saying, please do not talk, please do not talk. But some children you will find that they are sitting all alone, they are not interacting to anyone, not in sports, not in group activities, whatever that is being done in the class, there is no interaction of that particular children with the other children. So these children come with behavior or emotional disabilities. So there can be factors with that. If a teacher, whether she is a class teacher or a subject teacher, when she will come and interact with that particular children, she will get to know that there may be a genetic disorder or the family background is not supportive. Maybe the children come from a single parent. So these can be the issues with behavioral or emotional disabilities. Then we have sensory impaired, when the senses doesn't work as the normal children. So here the senses like sight, hearing, smell, touch, taste, these functions doesn't work as the other children on an average level. Then we have these 21 types of disabilities that is included under NEP 2020. So earlier there were only 7, after 7 it was exceeded to 14 and after 14 now it is 21. So there are 21 types of disabilities that comes under the National Education Policy 2021 which we need to include in our school. So there is blindness, there is low vision, there is locomotor disability, there is mental illness, there is acid attack victim. Acid attack victims were when such incident used to happen with people, they were totally isolated from the society. They were kept aside. Even when we are going somewhere, when we see such people, we just turn our face down. We hide our children with scarf or something that they don't see such children. So this brings a very disrupt in the society that they are not being accepted as a part of the society. So for that, acid attack victims are also included under this NEP 2020 so that they get the equal opportunity of education, they get equal opportunity to get their lives. Now in this chart, we can see the types of disabilities and what is their percentage in the education system. If you can see blindness, just because we have brain, we have different sound systems, so these children come and attend schools. But there are other, if you see speech disability, if you see intellectual disability, learning disabilities, people don't consider these disabilities as a disability. If you will talk to parents and you will just see that your child is not able to speak some words correctly or in a Right now we have right to education, so the children gets promoted to the highest classes, but if it is not there, the child will fail and we cannot help in that particular situation. Inclusive education means all children in the same classroom, in the same school. It means a real opportunity for group who have traditionally been excluded. It's not only the disabled children who were excluded. Now we see that women are coming up in all and every field out here. But earlier there were women who were not allowed to get the right education, or they used to get education just to get married. They were sent to school, they did their high school and then they were married. So these were the situations that the children coming from different language barriers where they cannot understand the language that is being taught in the school. So with these conditions, the children were out of the education system. That is where the integration was. The children used to come to school, but they were not celebrated. They were not getting the equal opportunity to learn. So learning was not happening there.
Everyone is different. The 2020 Global Education Monitoring Report on Inclusion and Education believes that education is strongest when it embraces diversity. Learners should not have to adapt to the system. Instead, education systems should adapt to their needs. When students do not feel welcome in school, they are less likely to learn. This is everyone's loss. But rich and poor countries too often educate some children apart. Children who have a disability, have been displaced, speak a different language, or are poor and disadvantaged. School design may favor some students over others, as do many laws and policies. Teachers are often ill-equipped to cater for students' diverse needs. Children may not recognize the way they are portrayed in textbooks. Some may not see themselves there at all. They receive the message that they do not belong. Testing sometimes follows a narrow vision of education, and consequently, some students leave education earlier than they should. These are complex problems to solve, but the belief in the right to education is a belief in inclusion. Children have different learning speeds and needs. They need curriculum that are flexible, creative, and relevant. How we prepare teachers matters. They must be given the tools and training to achieve our vision for reform. The resources we Everyone is different. The 2020 Global Education Monitoring Report on Inclusion and Education believes that education is strongest when it embraces diversity. Learners should not have to adapt to the system. Instead, education systems should adapt to their needs. When students do not feel welcome in school, they are less likely to learn. This is everyone's loss. But rich and poor countries too often educate some children apart. Children who have a disability, have been displaced, speak a different language, or are poor and disadvantaged. School design may favor some students over others, as do many laws and policies. Teachers are often ill-equipped to cater for students' diverse needs. Children may not recognize the way they are portrayed in textbooks. Some may not see themselves there at all. They receive the message that they do not belong. Testing sometimes follows a narrow vision of education, and consequently, some students leave education earlier than they should. These are complex problems to solve, but the belief in the right to education is a belief in inclusion. Children have different learning speeds and needs. They need curricula that are flexible, creative, and relevant. How we prepare teachers matters. They must be given the tools and training to achieve our vision for reform. The resources
So this is what we need to learn, that we need to provide a different set of education to these children so that they feel welcome in the school. So how inclusion is possible? Children from diverse culture and background comes to school. We all know that in a school it is not that the children from a similar background comes. We have children from different backgrounds. They have different diverse needs. They have different abilities and different language, and this together is their right to education. Now we'll see what inclusive education is by NCF 2005. So NCF 2005 had some very valid points for the students who were disabled, that their disability is our social responsibility. We need to provide them with an environment where they feel welcome and they don't feel different. When a child is born with a disability, he or she doesn't know that it is a disability. We in the society make him or her feel so. So we need to learn that we have to stop this attitude and we have to accept them as they are. So the selection process that goes in the school for admission, that needs to change. We have to accept their diversity. We have to accept them as they are. Partnership in the strengths such as school, community, school system, and outside the school system. So when we talk about inclusive education, the first and the foremost thing is that we have to make the parents understand that it cannot happen without their support. We cannot seed anything in the school and that goes out to back to the house and then it comes back again to the school. So this is not a process where only the teacher or the child can work. It has to be collaborated by the teacher, the child, and the parent so that it works in a proper way. Mutual respect and interdependence should be there so that the child feels connected to the teacher feels connected to the child, the parents feel connected to the school so that it can work in a proper way. Inclusive education by NEP 2020. So this NEP 2020 had added more reforms to the list where different sets of children, which normally people consider as normal, but they do have difficulty in getting education, so they were also added to this list. So equal education is a right to everyone, and for that, when we welcome children with different backgrounds, we have to see the infrastructure of our school so that it is easily accessible for classroom. So this is the most important thing that the teacher needs to make sure that she or he is in the class, that each and every children has a very healthy relationship. We need to see to the teacher's education also, that when we welcome the students in inclusive education, it cannot be a normal classroom. The teacher needs to take special courses for that. She needs to learn different strategies for that, so that she can be the best resource person in the classroom. Okay, books, learning materials, and the accessible formats of in each, like if a child's vision is not that clear, so the audio book for that particular chapter or for that particular story is available in the classroom, is available in the school, so that each and every child gets the equal education. We have started with this practice of inclusive education before NEB has set a structure for it, and I should thank Vernika ma'am for that we have started it with it, and the different sets of question paper were prepared by each subject teacher from level standard 1 to standard 5. We have prepared a different set of question paper. We have set up different classes when we used to have PH period. So these children, we have almost 20, altogether 27 students in our school in junior section who had some or the other disability, where we have brought these children together and we have looked into the matter that why there is this problem and how we can overcome with this problem. And with that, we have set a different question paper, we have set different classes, we have tried to develop their skills. And this is a response from the parent. I would love to show you all.
रूपाली टीचर सबका मदद से जितना भी स्कूल में टीचर है, सबके कारण अब मेरा बेटा ठीक है। उसका दिमाग अलग ही हो गया, कि पढ़ाई लिखाई में भी मन लगने लगा है। वो अब स्कूल के किनारे भी नहीं पढ़ता है घर। उसके बाद वो अभी जैसे कि पहले जिसको उसका दिमाग ऐसे लगता था कि वो समझता है कि नहीं समझता है, हमको कुछ समझ में नहीं आता था। लेकिन सबके मदद से आज साहिब ठीक है। साहिब इतना चेंज हो गया कि हम लोग समझ नहीं पाते थे कि ऐसे चेंज हो पाएगा कि नहीं हो पाएगा। और इसके सोचा स्कूल में नहीं रखेगा कि नहीं रखेगा बोल के इसके लिए हम लोग का बहुत टेंशन हो गया था। लेकिन सबका मदद से आज हमें, पहले तो हम लोग बहुत डर गए थे, इतना हम लोग का मन में डर था। अभी भी थोड़ा सा डर है कि साहिब अभी भी थोड़ा ये करता है, लेकिन हम लोग का मन में है कि इतना साफ है कि अभी साहिब बहुत ठीक हो जाएगा स्कूल में रहने से। कि स्कूल का अपना घर जैसा मानने लगा है। जितना टीचर है सब टीचर को अपना मानने लगा है। टीचर लोग को इतना अपना मानने लगा कि हम लोग से भी बढ़ के उसको सोचता है कि टीचर लोग बहुत सब चीज़ें। और ऊपर टीचर भी है, वनिता मैम भी है उसका मदद करने के लिए, और प्रिंसिपल सर भी है। सब टीचर लोग के लिए हम सबको प्रणाम करते हैं कि शुक्रिया करते हैं कि इतना मदद की है सब मेरे बेटा पर। नहीं तो क्या हो जाता है, इसको मैं रह पाता कि नहीं रह पाता, उसी को बहुत चिंता है।
So when this child has started his schooling from our school, he was not able to connect to the teachers or connect to the children in the class. He used to sit all aside by himself and he never used to interact. But he was very good in drawing. So when we just connected to that student, I, Vernika ma'am together worked on that, and then he was very friendly with each of the children in the class. He was taking his classes seriously. He started writing, which earlier he never used to write. And one more special thing about this child was that when he was in standard 1, when he was in standard 2, he was able to read out the storybooks of standard 5 and without making any error. So we do consider these children as disabled, but they have special abilities that we do not have. So the problems faced by these children are they have inferiority complex, lack of understanding, adjustment problem, isolated and they get isolated and segregated from the rest of the children of the class, they lag behind. When the teacher is giving some work in the class, they are not able to come up to that particular level. They don't write, or they miss things from the class. They don't perform in the class. They feel like burden, because when any activity or anything that is being done in the class, they are not celebrated, they are not participated in it, they do not participate in that. So then they feel that they are an extra burden to the school, they feel that they are extra burden to their parents. They have lack of expression, they don't express what they are feeling sad, or they are feeling happy about something, they don't express. They have a very shy kind of nature. So the aim and objective of inclusive education is that education should be for each and every children. We should protect the right of these children, that they have the right to get education, they are to be the part of the school, and we should try to identify their skills, what they are good at, because we all have individual differences, but each one of us are unique in some or the other way. We have our own skills, and when we start to polish the skills of these children, they can come to the mainstream education by themselves. So development of social consciousness is very important to prepare them for new challenges. We should never take these children as we should never show sympathy to them, that okay, we'll just give you some work because you are not able to do that, will not bring you to the normal things that are being done in the class, the chapters, the question answers that are being taught in the class. We will not add you to it because you are not able to do it. So we should never do this, we should make them the part of it, just we should change our strategies to taught them, to teach them. We should develop a brotherhood among the children in the class. We should improve the quality of education. So now, what are the beliefs and principles of inclusive education? All children attend age-appropriate regular classroom in their local schools. So the children who stays in a particular locality, they have the right to come to that schools that comes in that locality. They receive appropriate education programs. They receive curriculum relevant to their needs. So this is a very important thing, that the curriculum should be relevant to their needs. Children should participate in co-curricular and extracurricular activities. They should benefit from cooperation, collaboration, and among home, among school, among community. Now, what is the process of inclusive education? The process of inclusive education is that we should make the child, we should make the parents, we should make a very good relationship, because inclusion cannot be possible without relationship. We cannot just take the things for granted that we have given a task, we have given a work, and now it's up to the child or it's up to the parents to come up with that particular task. So we have to make sure that we are into this, we are in touch with that child, we are in touch with that parents, and we observe that child, we note down the things that are being done, we note down the progress that are being recorded. Now, the most important thing is the role of the teacher in inclusive education. Inclusive education cannot be possible without the teacher in the class. Okay, so the teacher needs to have an interaction with the family. She needs to first understand what is the main problem behind the issues that the child is facing. Maybe it is a medical issue, maybe it is a social issue, or there is problem back at home. She or he should try to develop new learning strategies. She should try to develop self-confidence in the children. She should try to provide special facilities. In special facilities, we can say that if the child is a slow learner, or if the child is not able to note down from the last page or from the middle of the page, the teacher should provide the things in the writing to that particular children. So he feels that he is the part of the school system, he is the part of the education system. To recognize the hidden talents of the children, this is very important, because until and unless we do this, we cannot bring the change in that children. The teacher education program for inclusive education is very necessary. We all know that B.Ed is compulsory for being a teacher, but apart from B.Ed, there are short do after getting education? Will they get the job? Will they have a life like normal people do? Lack of physical facilities, lack of funds. When we look into the matter, when we see about these children, we see that we do not have funds for these children. If the parents also take it like, okay, if my child is not able to do good in studies, or if he or she is lacking somewhere, why will I invest on it? So these are the problems coming from the parents' side also. And the schools also doesn't have the much things to serve the children. So in that we need to see that there is a lack of fund, lack of trained teachers, social discrimination, emotional problems. These children generally do not share their ideas, do not share what they are feeling, do not share what they have been through with the teachers or with their friends in the classroom. Educational problems, they are not able to cope up with the normal set of education that is being delivered by the teacher in the classroom. Inappropriate curriculum. We cannot restrict to a set of education for each and every children. There has to be a different skills, different strategies to develop a single chapter in different ways so that the children can attend it. So we all are aware that our school have Masti Ki Pathshala in our school. So these are the children who are coming from different various backgrounds, who were not in part of education anyway. So they are of 14, 15 years old and they are in standard 2 or 3. But this is the best example of inclusive education that was started by Tata Steel under CSR, and Principal Sir has taken the initiative to bring these children to school. And now we can see, if you meet these children, you will see the change in their behavior. You will see the change in they accept school with so much of love. They respect the teachers so much that even if you are not feeling like, you will try and you will try your best to give them the education in the way that they can grasp their knowledge from the chapters. The reforms that were made in the curriculum to use teaching aids. Earlier the teacher used to stick to the textbook and there were not various technical things that were brought down to the classroom. So we have to use different teaching aids, we have to use different teaching strategies, we have to make the curriculum simple for them. As I have already mentioned this before, that when we started this inclusive education in our school, we have changed the question paper, we have changed the forms of questions that were in the chapter, we have changed the strategies to teach the lessons in the class. Participation in games. These children feel very welcome when you will bring them to sports, when you will bring them to music, when you will bring them to dance. So they feel very connected to these skills. Providing them with reading materials, participation in co-curricular activities, multi-level and flexible curriculum. Now the support services for inclusive education is guidance and counseling. We need to see that the child is being guided in the right direction. He's not being sidelined by the teachers. He's not being sidelined by his friends. We need to have a physician in the school if we at times need for that particular children. Therapists, psychologists, support services by parents, teachers, special teachers and community, nurses, assistive technology, alternative materials. Teaching aids and special provision for assessment is very much necessary to bring inclusive education to school. Design of classroom for inclusive education. We need to see the size of the classroom when we are bringing inclusive education in our school. There should be different teaching aids. Restriction of time should not be there, because when a teacher goes to a class, it takes 45 minutes how to take a normal class. When you apply different strategies in one single class, you have to see the timeline that is being provided to you. And you can take extra classes for that. You can stretch a lesson. If a lesson plan is taking, you are planning a chapter for 5 days, you can stretch it to 6 or 7 days. You can take extra classes, you can manage extra periods for that. particular class if you have different sets of children in your classroom. Arrangement of light must be there. You should see and you should make sure that there is a proper arrangement of light in your classroom. Special attention to disabled children must be given in the classroom.
Good morning, I am Father of Angel Sai Kumar. I am working स्पाइनल कॉर्ड में प्रॉब्लम की वजह से उसे चलने में काफ़ी दिक्कत होती है। इसके लिए जब से मैंने आपके स्कूल में एडमिशन दिलाया तब से स्कूल की तरफ से मुझे यह बेनिफिट मिला कि मुझे क्लासरूम के नज़दीक नियरेस्ट पॉइंट तक मीटिंग के लिए जाके आने जाने के लिए परमिशन दिया गया। इसके लिए मैं स्कूल को शायद से धन्यवाद देता हूँ।
मैं दूसरी की मदर, मैं स्कूल का तरफ से बहुत बहुत आभारी व्यक्त करती हूँ जो हमने हमारे बच्चे को देखते हुए यहाँ के टीचर्स एंड स्टाफ के द्वारा हमारे बच्चे को मॉडर्न गेम्स, योगा, गेम्स एंड खेल्स में हमारे बच्चे को काफ़ी सपोर्ट करते हुए भी कंप्लीट करवाते हैं। बच्चे को जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स होती है वो तुरंत हमें कॉल करके बुलाते हैं। हमारे बच्चे के तबीयत खराब होने की वजह से काफ़ी बार इसके क्लासेस मिस हो जाते हैं। इसके लिए वो हमें नोट्स जो होते हैं स्कूल की तरफ से वो हमें प्रोवाइड किया जाता है ताकि एग्जाम्स में प्रॉब्लम्स ना हो। टिफिन ब्रेक्स में एंड रीडिंग टाइम्स में भी हमारे बच्चे को दीदी के द्वारा एंड टीचर्स के द्वारा काफ़ी सपोर्ट मिलती है ताकि इससे कुछ प्रॉब्लम ना हो। इसके लिए मैं तहे दिल से टीचर्स का एंड स्टाफ्स का धन्यवाद करती हूँ। थैंक यू।
So he was not able to walk properly to his classroom. So his parents used to come and drop down him to the school. His mother comes at an interval of a time and she just check on this child. So now he is in standard 5 and he is provided with all the needs that he needs to attend his classes. Classroom organization for inclusive education. We need to see the physical organization, that the structure of the classroom is not difficult for the children to walk inside the classroom. The benches and desks are in the proper sequence so that the child doesn't face any issue in the classroom. Peer assistants, the child have a very healthy relationship in the classroom so that they are not bullied, they are not humiliated for anything in the classroom. Class-wide peer education that is being provided to the children, that if a different children can be divided into different sets, different groups, and then the children who are special, who are gifted children, who are a very quick learner, with them we can collaborate these children and they can be peer education in the classroom. Cooperative learning is a very good method that can be used in the inclusive education. The involvement of parents is very necessary in inclusive education, as I have repeated on this point again and again, because until and unless the parents support you, until and unless the parents understand that you are trying to help the children in the best way that you can, then only inclusive education is possible. The children learn more from the home environment. They spend hardly 5 to 6 hours with us, but what they take back from the school is to be maintained by the parents. Parents' involvement, assistance for development of their child's attitude and learning is very important. Accountability is more open when parents are involved. Parents are involved in the planning of education goals through IEP, individual family service agreement meetings.
थोड़ा उसका लैंग्वेज प्रॉब्लम नहीं था, उसकी क्लास बन गई।
उसका हर चीज़ पे क्लास टीचर मेरी सीमा टीचर वो हर चीज़ को केयर करते हुए उसका बहुत एक्स्ट्रा ध्यान दी उस पर। पहले ब्लैक बोर्ड से वो होमवर्क भी कॉपी नहीं कर पाती थी, आज वो होमवर्क भी कॉपी करती है। उसका हैंडराइटिंग बहुत गंदा था, अभी उसमें भी बहुत इम्प्रूवमेंट हुआ है। एग्ज़ाम में ये जो क्वेश्चन पेपर होता है उसको अलग से प्रिपेयर टीचर करवाए और उसका अलग से ध्यान रखते हुए, क्योंकि वो बाकी बच्चों से थोड़ा अलग है तो इसीलिए उसको बाकी बच्चों से अलग नहीं समझते, उसके लिए एक्स्ट्रा केयर के लिए टीचर सीमा टीचर हर मामले में मेरी बेटी के लिए बहुत हेल्पफुल है। सो थैंक यू मैम, थैंक यू वेरी मच, थैंक यू वेरी मच।
So this girl Apeksha is in standard 3 right now. She was not able to speak properly and she was not able to write also. Her handwriting was not good. Seema ma'am from standard 1 to standard 2 was with this girl and she has tried her best. Now if you will see her handwriting, it's very beautiful. And now she is able to speak properly. Now she is able to recite poetry properly. Pros and cons of inclusive education. Disabled students do as well, if not better, an inclusive classroom compared to a separate classroom. So the disabled children that we have in our classroom, they do better if we compare it to the normal set of the classrooms. Inclusion helps with socialization of disabled students. Advanced students become more accepting and start to offer help to the struggling teens. So if you start to build a healthy relationship with the students, they will gradually help one another. Cons of inclusive education. Not all students learn best in this environment. If we have inclusive education in the classroom and if we only focus on the children with special needs, we will see that the normal students are getting deprived of the rights that they have in the classroom. Some students need more individualized instructions at slower pace. A general education classroom can provide much of stimuli to the students. I hope you all have enjoyed the session. With this, I come to the end of this session.
Good afternoon, teachers. We have learned a lot of things about inclusive classroom. Now, okay, we have learned lots of things about inclusive classroom, and we are already started to follow competency-based education because we are just. We have such the way of teaching to individual students, so it's better for our school also. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Do you want to say something?
Practice is not there.
No.
Yeah, I will say something.
Good afternoon. A unique experience as if I see my child presented in front of me. Thank you. Inclusive education, it's a topic which we normal school or mainstream schools we don't take care of. We understand because in India, children with special needs is considered to be a stigma. We parents don't want to accept that my child has certain problems, like mental illness. Mental illness is never thought to be talked it's like a taboo, right? So we need to, thanks to CBSE, that we are getting trained and we are becoming aware what is inclusive education. Before CBSE thought of, Tata Steel CSR started including children from streets, from railway platforms, children who were into addiction and whatnot. So here we proudly say we have 78. Sunita can help me with the exact number. Sunita, where are you? 78 now at present. 78. So we started this journey with Tata Steel collaborative into inclusive education, where a group of 11 children entered our school premises in the year 2017. Now there are 78 children, as Rupali had shared. They have actually made us evolve. So we who are directly part of this Masti Ki Pathshala inclusive education in our school, they have these little children, through their smiles, through their courage, they have made us evolve. We have now evolved into better individuals. So it's very important to have a sensitive heart. We need to sensitize our children, and before that, we as educators, we need to have a heart which can listen to the silent voice or the painful eyes of our children. Thank you. God bless Rupali once again.